Now what?
I want to talk some more about the aspect of blending with the non-physical and the physical. What I've been noticing in the last few months is when I'm working with one of my patients and they ask me a question, and I know I'm in the vortex and I'm with them, I'm seeing them in their well-being, and they might ask me a real technical question or a medical question or a drug-related question, and these answers just come out of me. And it's not something that I have a conscious knowing about. And I know it's my source that knows it, and I'm allowing it to just come out. And then I step back and I go, God, that was really brilliant. Where the hell did it? And it's like, where did that come from? And I know it's there. So my question is, am I going to get to the place where that feels like it's one, that it's not, I'm having this out-of-body experience where Source is over there doing the talking and I'm over here watching?
Well, you have brought us right back round to where we left off and where we wanted to go here today, since Source is flowing right through you.
Right. Okay.
Because this is the point that we're wanting to make in a way that you will all feel it. When you allow Source to come full forward, because as you said, you're in the vortex, so you have vibrationally prepared yourself for that, then what is the point of making the distinction between you and Source?
That's my question.
Well, stop it. Stop doing it. That really is when we say everything that you want is because you want that, then why keep arguing for that?
Right.
Because while you meant to tell the story that on occasion you allow it, the story that you were really telling is that you usually don't allow it. So much so that you have those brilliant moments.
Right. Instead of it just being normal.
And the more you say, yes, well, that's logical. Yes, well, that's logical. Well, this is who I am. Because look at it this way. So you were Source before you came into this body. And here in this body, you have become more because you have shot the rockets and become more. But then, as we are just saying today, as Source is now flowing through you where you are now, doesn't that still make you the leading edge? Are you not still the creator? In other words, it's time to stop separating yourself from Source and accept that you are Source in this physical body and you are Source that is rendezvousing with that, but all of you is Source.
Right.
You are Source even when you're not in the vortex. You just don't feel good.
Right.
In other words, you can't stop being Source. And that's why when you make peace with what is, then can you feel how in the making peace with what is, you're living an unconditional love? It's accepting the question. It's reveling in the question as well as the answer. It's reveling in the problem as well as the solution. Because without the problem, there could not be the solution. Without the question, there could not be the answer. So who gets to decide what part of it's best when it all is working in concert for the joyous expansion? And so as we all stop trying so hard to make the distinction between the problem and the solution, or the physical me and the Source energy me, and just accept that here we all are out here on the leading edge, then you have more of those moments.
Okay.
More of those brilliant moments. Now, we want to know what rings your bells about the brilliance of the moment.
One of the biggest things is just accessing something that I knew I already knew, and it's just I'm just allowing it to come,
But we want to get to the what rings your bells about it. In other words, sure, I want to be brilliant because I want to be recognized as being brilliant, and of course I want to be good at what I do because I want to be effective at what I do and I want to help other people. But what is the reason? What's in it? Why do you want it? Because brilliant is who I am, because aligned is who I am, because source is who I am, because nothing else will do. That's really what we want you to feel. Nothing else will do.
It
A
feels
moment
right.
of being less than who I am is an unnecessary deprivation that I'm going to cut out.
Yes.
It's an unnecessary deprivation that I and a lot of others who walk this planet have sort of tricked ourselves into believing that we are less than source, and it has never been true.
Right. Yeah, it feels right.
And so, and then as you start accepting your brilliance and reveling in it, more and more of those moments come. But before you know it, you begin to accept the brilliance in others too. And that's when you really click in on a consistent basis with who you are, because you can't see lack in another when you're tuned into source.
Right.
And when you are no longer seeing any sort of lack in another, you're really helping them out big time.
Right.
Nothing could be more beneficial than for another person than for them to be the object of your attention when you are flowing purely source. You use the word blended, when you are completely blended with source energy, because then you believe in their clarity and you believe in their brilliance. You know their value, you know their worthiness, and now here you are knowing that there's a very good probability that they're going to join you in your expectation, because people almost always rise or lower to your expectation when you are a focused being like you are. So if you, in a very strong way, are finding lack in another, they're going to start feeling it too in most cases, because most people are not really doing that good of job of thinking for themselves.
Right.
We want them all to. We want them to not find lack if you do, even if you do. But, it is... You're a born uplifter, which means you are born to flow all that you are for the purpose of being the influencer that causes them to rise to that which they are, and that is the definition of healing.
Yes.
Now what?
That's it. Thank you.
Very good. Andiamo.